Next, length of the chord. Length of the chord. Suppose it is one of the circle. S is equal 0 is one of the circle, and the line L is equal 0. And the line L is equal 0 cuts the circle at two different points AB. Then the distance between these 2 points, then the length of the line segment AB is said to be length of the chord. Length of the chord. Please note this point. If the line L is equal 0, if the line L is equal 0, cuts the circle at two different points, cuts the circle S is equal 0 at two different points A comma B, then AB is said to be length of the chord. Length of the chord. First point. Length of the chord is equal to, length of chord is equal to 2 root r square minus d square. First formula. Length of the chord is equal to 2 root r square minus d square, where r is equal to radius of the circle and d is equal to perpendicular distance from center to the chord. Perpendicular distance from center to the chord, where d is equal to perpendicular distance from center to the chord. Okay. Proof. Suppose it is L is equal to 0 with the line. L is equal to 0 with the line. R is the radius. It is the length of the chord. AB is the length of the chord. Required value is AB. Okay. Say this value is x. This value is x. The foot of the perpendicular from center to any chord is nothing but midpoint of the chord. Or perpendicular bisector of the chord must be passes through center. That means this point is midpoint of AB. Take this value is P. This and this are equal. So this value is automatically equal to x by 2. AP is equal to x by 2 and PB automatically x by 2. Join AC. Join AC. This angle is 90 degrees. It is the distance D. It is the radius R. Hypotenuse is known value. One of the side is known value. Third side. To find the third side, hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. From triangle ACP, from triangle ACP, R square is equal to AP square plus D square. Okay. Hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. That means R square or AP square is equal to R square minus D square. R square minus D square. AP is nothing but AP is equal to x by 2. X by 2 whole square is equal to R square minus D square. So x by 2 is equal to root over R square minus D square. That implies x is equal to 2 root R square minus D square. If the radius and perpendicular distance from origin to the chord are given, then length of the chord is equal to 2 root R square minus D square. Very important. Length of the chord is equal to 2 root R square minus D square. For getting D, if the line is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, that means the equation of the chord is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Center of the circle is minus g comma minus f. The perpendicular distance from point to the line is nothing but mod ax1 plus by1 plus c by root over a square plus b square. By using that formula, we find D. D is equal to mod ax1 plus by1 plus c by root over a square plus b square. And r is the radius. R is nothing but root over g square plus f square minus c. Okay? Length of the chord. Next. Please note this point. If the two chords having equal in length, if two chords having equal in length, then they are equidistant from the center. Very important property. Note point. If two chords having equal in length, then they are equidistant from the center. Suppose this is one of the circle. Center of the circle is this. AB is one of the chord and length of this chord is L1. And PQ is another chord. PQ is another chord. Length of this chord is also L1. L1, L2. Say L2. These two lengths are equal. Suppose L1 is equal to L2. Then what is the condition? If the length of the two chords are equal, then they are equidistant from the center. That means the perpendicular distance from C to this chord is equal to perpendicular distance from center to the first chord. Say this value, this perpendicular distance is D1, this perpendicular distance is D2. By using the length of the chord, L1 is equal to 2 root R square minus D square, means here D is D1 square. Okay. Length of the chord for the second chord PQ is 2 into root over R square minus D2 square. But from the given L1 is equal to L2. That means 2 root R square minus D1 square is equal to 2 root R square minus D2 square. Both having same circles. In both of the cases, circle is same. That means radius is same. Okay, 2 to cancel. After squaring on both sides, r square minus d1 square is equal to r square minus d2 square. R square cancel. d1 square is equal to d2 square. That means d1 is equal to d2. If the two chords having in equal length, then they are equidistant from the center. Very, very important point. Note this point. If two chords having equal in length, then they are equidistant from the center of that circle. Note this point, this diagram and proof. Let AB is equal to L1 with the first chord, PQ is equal to L2 with the length of the second chord. We know that L1 is equal to 2 root r square minus d1 square, L2 is equal to 2 root r2 square minus r square minus d2 square. From the given, L1 is equal to L2. Equating, we get d1 is equal to d2. Okay? Next. Second one. If the midpoint of the chord is given, what is the length of the chord? If the midpoint of the chord is given, what is the length of the chord? Suppose S is equal to 0 with the circle, AB is one of the chord, and Px1, y1 is the midpoint of the chord. Px1, y1 is the midpoint of the chord. What is the length of the chord? Midpoint means this P divides the chord into two equal chords. Okay, this chord divides the circle into, divides the chord. This point P divides the chord into two equal chords. That means PA is equal to PB. PA is equal to PB. Okay. Here P is one of the point in the plane containing the circle S is equal to 0. In previous case, already proved this condition. If P is any point in the plane and the line passes through P, meets the circle at A comma B, then PA into PB is nothing but power of the point. That value is equal to S11. If the point P lies inside of the circle, the line passing through P meets the circle at AB, then PA into PB is equal to minus S11. Inside of the circle, then condition PA into PB is equal to minus S11. In both of the cases, PA into PB is equal to mod S11. Okay. Here, the line passing through P meets the circle at AB. So, PA into PB is equal to definitely mod S11. PA into PB is equal to mod S11. But here, PA is equal to PB. P is the midpoint of AB. PA is equal to PB. That means PB can be replaced as PA. PA into PA means PA square is equal to mod S11. PA is equal to root mod S11. Therefore, length of the chord AB is nothing but AP plus PB. AP is equal to PB. That means 2 into PA or AP. That is equal to 2 root mod S11. If the midpoint of the chord is given, then length of the chord is 2 root mod S11. Note this point. Second one. If Px1, y1 is the midpoint of the chord, let Px1, y1 be the midpoint of the chord to the circle S is equal to 0. Then length of the chord is equal to 2 root mod S11. 2 root mod S11. Proof. Let Px1, y1 be the midpoint of the chord AB. Midpoint of the chord AB. Then PA is equal to PB. This is equation number 1. But we know that PA into PB is equal to mod S11. PB can be replaced by PA. That implies PA square is equal to mod S11. PA is equal to root mod S11. Therefore, length of the chord is equal to AB. That is equal to 2 into AP or PA. That is equal to 2 root mod S11. Okay. Next note point. If P is any point in the plane, and inside of the circle, P be the any point inside of the circle. Suppose P is one of the point. How many chords are possible from P to the circle? From P to the circle. Number of chords. We can draw infinite number of lines through P. All of these are said to be a chords. From P, we can draw infinite number of chords. Maximum length of the chord passing through P is dash. Maximum length of the chord is nothing but diameter. If the chord through P passes through the center, it is diameter. It is the greatest value. So, maximum length of the chord passing through P is equal to diameter of the given circle. Okay. What is the minimum length? Minimum length of the chord is possible when P is the midpoint of the chord. P is the midpoint of the chord means minimum length of the chord is equal to 2 root mod S11. Please note this point. Let Px1, y1 be any interior point with respect to the circle S is equal to 0. First one, greatest length of the chord or largest length of the chord, greatest length of the chord passing through P is equal to dia of the circle. Least length of the chord passing through P is equal to 2 root mod S11. It is possible when P is the midpoint of the chord. It is possible when P is the midpoint of the chord. Next, equation of the chord. Equation of the chord when midpoint is given. Please note this statement, theorem. Let P x1 comma y1 be the midpoint of the. Let P x1 comma y1 be the midpoint of the chord with respect to the circle S is equal to 0. Then equation of the chord is. S1 is equal to S11. If P x1 comma y1 is the midpoint of the chord, then equation of the chord is S1 is equal to S11. Proof. Here the given circle is S is equal to 0. It is one of the circle S is equal to 0 whose center is minus g comma minus f and radius is r is equal to root of g square plus f square minus c. And P x1 comma y1 is midpoint of the chord. Say AB is the chord and P x1 comma y1 is the midpoint of the chord. Now we find the equation of this line AB. We find the equation of the line AB. Here already P x1 y1 is one of the point on the line. One of the point is given. If we find the slope of the line AB, then equation of the line AB is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. If we find m, then we get the equation of the line AB. Okay? So here, one of the point is P x1 y1. P is the midpoint of the chord. Join CP. Join CP. This CP is perpendicular to AB. Since the perpendicular bisector of any chord must be passes through center, or the foot of the perpendicular from center to any chord bisects the chord. Okay? That means C is minus g comma minus f, P is x1 y1. Clearly, CP is perpendicular to AB. CP is perpendicular to AB. We know the slope of CP. Slope of CP is nothing but slope of CP is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. y1 plus f by x1 plus g. Okay. But CP is perpendicular to AB. Therefore, slope of AB is equal to minus of x1 plus g by y1 plus f. If a by b is one of the slope, then perpendicular slope is minus b by a. So slope of AB is minus of x1 plus g by y1 plus f. AB slope is equal to m is this value and point is x1 y1. Therefore, equation of the chord AB is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Equation of the chord AB is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. That means y minus y1 is equal to m value minus of x1 plus g by y1 plus f into x minus x1. After cross multiplication we get y minus y1 is equal to y minus y1 into y1 plus f, okay, is equal to minus of this value. That means plus of x1 plus g into x minus x1 is equal to 0. Simplify this value. Okay, please note these points. After simplification we get the equation of the chord is S1 is equal to S11. Here y by 1 plus fy minus y1 square minus fy1 plus xx1 minus x1 square plus gx minus gx1 is equal to 0. After rearranging these values, you move to negative values to RHS. xx1 plus y by 1 plus positive values. We consider only positive values. xx1 y by 1 plus gx plus fy. Gx plus fy is equal to x1 square plus y1 square plus gx1 plus fy1. Okay. By adding gx1 plus fy1 plus c on both sides, gx1 plus fy1 plus c on both sides. By adding gx1 plus fy1 plus c on both sides, we get by adding gx1 plus fy1 plus c on both sides, we get xx1 plus yy1 plus g of x plus g of x1 means g of x plus x1 plus f of y plus y1 plus c is equal to x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c. That means s1 is equal to s11. It is the equation of the chord when midpoint of the chord is given. Okay. Next, chord of contact. Chord of contact. Let s is equal to 0 be the one of the circle and p x1 comma y1 is any exterior point with respect to the circle. Then we can draw two tangents from p to this circle. Say pa comma pb are two tangents. Say pa comma pb are two tangents where a comma b are the point of contacts of the tangents from p to these circles. pa comma pb are two tangents. Okay. A comma B are point of contacts of these two tangents. Then the line joining this A and B, that means the secant line passing through AB is said to be chord of contact. It is said to be chord of contact of P with respect to the circle S is equal to 0. With respect to the circle S is equal to 0. Please note this point. Chord of contact. Let capital P be an external point with respect to the circle S is equal to 0. Let capital P be an external point with respect to the circle S is equal to 0 and PA comma PB are two tangents from P to the circle S is equal to 0. Then the secant line AB is said to be chord of contact. Secant line AB is said to be chord of contact. Please note this diagram. Next, equation of the chord of contact. Equation of the chord of contact. The equation of this chord of contact is nothing but simply S1 is equal to 0. If P x1 comma y1 is an external point with respect to the circle S is equal to 0, then equation of the chord of contact, this chord of contact is S1 is equal to 0. Please note this statement. Let P x1 comma y1 be an exterior point with respect to the circle S is equal to 0. An exterior point with respect to the circle S is equal to 0. Then equation of the chord of contact of P. Then equation of the chord of contact of P with respect to the circle S is equal to 0 is S1 is equal to 0. S1 is equal to 0. This line AB equation is S1 is equal to 0. Okay? Proof. It is the chord of contact. Let P x1 comma y1 is an exterior point and the tangent through P meets the circle at A x2 comma y2 and B x3 comma y3. We can prove in this way. Let the tangents through P x1 comma y1 meets the circle at capital A x2 comma y2 and B x3 comma y3. The tangents through P meets the circle at A x2 comma y2 and B x3 comma y3. Okay? Now, clearly A x2 y2 must be lies on the circle. If the point P lies on the circle, what is the equation of the tangent at P x1 y1? S1 is equal to 0. If the point P is x2 y2, what is the equation of the tangent x2 y2? S2 is equal to 0. If the point P x3 y3 lies on the circle, equation of the tangent at this x3 y3 is S3 is equal to 0. Okay? Here, A is the point on the circle and AB is the tangent at P to this circle. So, equation of the tangent at A x2 y2, equation of tangent at A x2 comma y2 to the circle S is equal to 0 is S2 is equal to 0. S2 means x2 plus y2 plus g of x plus x2 plus f of y plus y2 plus c is equal to 0. Okay. Equation of the line AP is this value. But this tangent AP must be passes through Px1 y1. So, this line, this tangent passes through Px1 y1. So, substitute this point in this line equation. X comma y can be replaced by x1 y1. That means x1 x2 plus y1 y2 plus g of x1 plus x2 plus f of y1 plus y2 plus c is equal to 0. That means s12 is equal to 0. It is equation number 1. Okay. Similarly, the equation of the tangent at B, x3 y3 is s3 is equal to 0. This tangent also passes through px1 y1. This tangent also passes through px1 y1. That means s13 is equal to 0. Similarly we get s13 is equal to 0. Please note these points. Here the tangent at A is s1 is equal to 0 and at A is s2 is equal to 0 and this passes through px1 y1. So s13 is equal to 0. The equation of the tangent at B x3 y3 is s3 is equal to 0 and this tangent passes through px1 y1. So s13 is equal to 0. Now we get s12 is equal to 0 is the first equation and s1 comma 3 is equal 13 is equal to 0 is second equation. Okay. Now consider one of the equation. Consider one of the equation xx1 plus yy1 plus g of x plus x1 plus f of y plus y1 plus c is equal to 0. Consider it is the third equation. Consider one of the equation. Please observe this value. xx1 plus gx means it can be reduced into x1 plus g into x. xx1 plus gx means x is the common term plus y1 plus f into y plus remaining values are gx1 plus fy1 plus c is equal to 0. Clearly, it is in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. This equation always represents a straight line. This equation always represents a line. It is in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. First degree linear equation x and y. So this equation always represents a straight line. Any doubt? Okay. Suppose x plus y minus 2 is equal to 0 is one of the line. And this line passes through 1 comma 1. Please check this point 1 comma 1. Next 2 comma 0. If we pass 1 comma 1, 0 is equal to 0. That means 1 comma 1 must be lies on this line. A 1 comma 1 must be lies on this line. B 2 comma 0 also satisfies this equation. So B comma 2 comma 0 also lies on the same line. Here what is the equation of the line passing through these 2 points? The line passing through this A and B is nothing but x plus y minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, this and this satisfies, these 2 points satisfy this equation. So equation of the line AB is nothing but x plus y minus 2 is equal to 0. In the same way, it is the equation number 3 and it represents a line. Suppose put a x2 comma y2 in this equation. Put a x2 comma y2, substitute the point a x2 comma y2 in this equation, we get x1 x2 plus y1 y2 plus g of x1 plus x2 plus f of y1 plus y2 plus c is equal to 0. That means s12 is equal to 0. From the given, what is the value of s12? 0. That means 0 is equal to 0. So a x2 y2 must be lies on this line. A x2 y2 must be lies on the line 3. Okay. Similarly, substitute the point b x3 comma y3. Substitute the point b x3 comma y3 in this equation. Then we get s13 is equal to 0. That means actually from 2 s13 is equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0. So that means b x3 y3 also lies on this line. So the equation of the line passing through AB is nothing but equation 3. Line AB is nothing but chord of contact. Therefore, equation of the chord of contact is 3. This 3 represents S1 is equal to 0. This is the notation for S1 is equal to 0. Therefore, equation of the chord from P x1 y1 to the circle S is equal to 0 is S1 is equal to 0. Okay. Next, very important point. Please note this point. Note point. Note 1. If the point P lies outside of the circle, here chord of contact is this value. Suppose the point P lies on the circle, there will be only one tangent exist. Here, this is the point outside. The chord of contact is in this way. Suppose the point is nearer to the circle, the chord of contact is in this way. It moves towards the circumference of this circle. So if P lies on the circle, this point also coincides with the tangent to the circle. If the point P lies on the circle, then chord of contact is nothing but tangent. Suppose the point P lies inside of the circle, then no tangent exists. If the point P lies inside of the circle, then no tangent exists. We cannot draw any tangent. So chord of contact is the line joining the point of contacts. Here tangent does not exist. That means point of contact does not exist. So chord of contact does not exist if P point lies inside of the circle. Please note this point. If P lies inside of the circle, then chord of contact does not exist. Inside of the circle, then chord of contact does not exist. If P lies on the circle, P moves. So suppose P lies on the circle, then chord of contact coincide with the tangent at P x1 y1. If P lies on the circle, then the chord of contact coincides with the tangent at P x1 y1 to the circle. Okay. Next, very important point. Note point. Area of the triangle formed by the tangents from P x1 y1 to the circle S is equal to 0, and its chord of contact is R into S11 whole power 3 by 2 by S11 plus R square. Area of the triangle formed by the tangents from P x1 y1, that means pair of tangents from P x1 y1 to the circle S is equal to 0 and its chord of contact. S is equal to 0 is the circle, P x1 comma y1 is any exterior point with respect to the circle. Say PA comma PB are two tangents. PA, PB are two tangents. Then AB is the chord of contact. It is the chord of contact. Area of this triangle, required value is this value. Area of the triangle formed by the pair of tangents from P x1 y1 with chord of contact. This area of the triangle is R into S11 whole power 3 by 2 by S11 plus R square. Please note this diagram. Required area is this value. Please shade this region. Let theta be the angle between these two tangents. Let theta be the angle between these two tangents P x1 y1. S is equal to 0 is the given circle. Proof. P x1 comma y given. P x1 comma y1 is exterior point with respect to the circle S is equal to 0. Let PA comma PB are two tangents. Let PA comma PB are two tangents from P to the circle S is equal to 0. Then we find the area of triangle PAB. Required area is this value. Then we find the area of triangle PAB. Let theta be the angle between these two tangents. Let theta be the angle between these two tangents. Then tan theta by 2 is equal to R by root S11. We know that this formula. Tan theta by 2 is equal to R by root S11. In any triangle, area of the triangle is equal, suppose base and height are given. What is the area of base and height? If two sides, suppose triangle ABC, if two sides BC and include angle is given, what is the area of the triangle ABC? Of BC sin A or of AB sin C, of CA sin B. Okay. In properties of triangles, we know the area of the triangle. If two sides and include angle are given. Here, PA is nothing but length of the tangent. Length of the tangent is equal to root S11. And PB is nothing but length of the tangent. PA and PB are known values. And the angle between these two values is theta. So, area of the triangle is equal to half AB sin C. Area of the triangle is equal to half AB sin C. By using that formula, we find this area. Okay? From triangle PAB. Now from triangle PAB, area is equal to, or area of triangle PAB is equal to half AB sin C. Okay? Two sides and include angle. That means half into PA into PB into sin theta. PA is nothing but root S11. PB is nothing but root S11 into sin theta. Already we know the formula tan theta by 2. So, by using submultiples, what is the value of sin theta? Sin theta is equal to 2 tan theta by 2 by 1 plus tan square theta by 2. That means half into S11 into 2 tan theta by 2 by 1 plus tan square theta by 2. Since tan theta by 2 is equal to r by root s11. Substitute this value in this equation. We get 1 by 2 into s11 into 2 into tan theta by 2 means r by root s11 by 1 plus r square by s11. Okay. That is equal to 1 by 2 into s11. Here 2r by root s11 into LCM is s11. That means s11 by s11 plus r square. Okay. Here s11 into s11 means s11 whole square. That is equal to s11 whole square. 2 to cancel here. s11 whole square into r by root s11 means s11 whole power 1 by 2 into s11 plus r square. X power m by x power n means x power m minus n. That means s11 whole power 2 minus 1 by 2. That means r into s11 whole power 3 by 2 by s11 plus r square. It is the area of the triangle PAB. Area of the triangle PAB is equal to r into s11 whole power 3 by 2 by s11 plus r square. Please note this proof. Next, second point. The area of the quadrilateral formed by the tangents from P x1 y1 to the circle S is equal to 0 and radii from its point of contact is r into root s11. Please note this point. The area of the quadrilateral formed by the tangents from P x1 y1. Suppose P x1 y1 is a directional point. PA comma PB are two tangents. These are two tangents. The area of the quadrilateral formed by the tangents, these are here PB are tangents, and radii from its point of contacts. Point of contacts are nothing but A, B. Radius means the line joining this point of contact and center, we get one of the radii. AC is one of the radius, BC is another radius. Okay. Now we find the area of this quadrilateral. Quadrilateral PACB. This area is nothing but r into root s11. Please note this diagram. The area of the quadrilateral formed by the pair of tangents and the radii from its point of contacts is r into root s11. This is the required area. Please shade this value. Join PC. In previous case, this angle is 90 degrees, this angle is 90 degrees. In previous case we proved that triangle PAC is identically equal to triangle PCB. That means area of triangle PAC is equal to area of triangle PBC. Okay. So area of the quadrilateral is nothing but this area plus this area. That means 2 into 1 of the triangle area. Here, radius of the circle is r, and what is the value of PA? Length of the tangent is root s11. It is the right angle triangle. In any triangle, what is the area of base into height? Suppose it can be taken as base, it is the height. So of base into height. The area of the triangle PAC, triangle PAC area is equal to area of triangle PAC is equal to half into base into height. Suppose AC is the base, height is PA. AC is nothing but radius, PA is nothing but length of the tangent. That is equal to half into r into root s11. Okay. Here the area of triangle PAC is equal to area of triangle PBC. These two are congruent. Therefore, required area is equal to area of the quadrilateral PACB. Quadrilateral PACB is equal to 2 into area of triangle PAC. Here triangle PAC plus triangle PBC. These two are equal. So 2 into area of triangle PAC. That is equal to 2 into half into r into root s11. 2 to cancel. That is equal to r into root s11. Okay. Next, third point. Third point, very, very important point. The area bounded by the pair of tangents from P x1 y1 with the curved surface of the circle. Area bounded by pair of tangents with the circle. That means this shaded region. This shaded region, the area bounded by pair of tangents and the curved surface of the circle. This area. Already we find the area of the quadrilateral PACD. That value is equal to R into root S11. This total area is equal to R into root S11. This total area minus, by subtracting this value, this sector area, we get this area. Okay. Note this point. Third point. Area of the shaded region is equal to area of quadrilateral PACB minus area of the sector, say this value is Q, CBQA, area of the sector CBQA, this sector area of the sector CBQA. Area of the sector is nothing but, suppose the sector angle is theta, what is the area of the sector? Theta by 360 into pi r square. Theta by 360 into pi r square. Already the area of the quadrilateral is R into root S11 minus, say this sector angle is alpha. This sector angle is alpha. So alpha by 360 into pi r square. 360 into pi r square. This sector area. But what is the value of alpha? How we find the value of alpha? Here, the angle between the tangents theta. Say theta is the angle between the tangents. We know that tan theta by 2 is equal to R by root S1. By using that, we find the value of theta. Here, this angle is equal to 90 degrees. Angle between the tangent and radius is 90. This is also 90. 90 plus 90 means 180. So sum of the remaining two angles is also 180. That means theta plus alpha is equal to 180 degrees. That means alpha is equal to 180 minus theta. That is equal to R into root S11 minus 180 minus theta by 360 into pi r square. R into root S11 minus 180 minus theta by 360 into pi r square, where theta is the angle between the pair of tangents. Please note this point, very important point. The area bounded by the pair of tangents and the circle or curved surface of the circle, the shaded region. R into root S11 minus sector area. Sector area is nothing but 180 minus theta by 360 into pi r square. Okay. Next, fourth one, very important property. Before knowing this property, first we draw the construction of the tangents from external point to the circle. We know about the construction of the tangents from external point to the circle. Okay. Suppose P is an exterior point with respect to the circle. P is an exterior point with respect to the circle. S is equal to 0. To draw a tangent from P to this circle, first we join the line PC, where C is the center of the circle. First we join the PC, line PC, and bisect this line PC. Bisection means we find the midpoint. That means we take more than half of the arc. From C, we draw this arc. By joining these two values, we get the perpendicular bisection. That means we find the midpoint of the line PC. Say this value is Q. Say this value is Q. By taking Q as the center and PQ as the radius, draw one of the circle. This Q is the midpoint of PC. That means the circle passing through P also passes through center. So PC is the diameter of the circle. PC is the diameter of the circle in this way. We can draw the circle with Q as the center and PQ as the radius. This circle cuts the given circle as S is equal to 0 at A comma B. These 2 points are nothing but point of contacts of the tangents. Suppose we join PA, it is one of the tangent, PB, it is another tangent. AB is nothing but chord of contact. This AB is nothing but chord of contact. Okay? Please observe these points. Here P comma A comma B and C, these 4 points lies on the same circle, this circle. That means P comma A comma C comma B are concyclic. Here P is the exterior point with respect to the circle S is equal to 0 and A comma B are point of contacts and C is the center of the given circle. Here P comma A comma C comma B are concyclic. It is very important point. Okay. Next. What is the circumcenter of triangle PAB? What is the circumcenter? Circumcenter is nothing but, suppose it is the triangle ABC. Circumcenter S is equidistant from the verses and the circle passes through these 3 points. The circle passing through PAB is nothing but the circle passing through PACB. So circumcircle of triangle PAB is this value. Okay. Here diameter of the circle is PC. So the circumradius is nothing but half of the PC. Circumradius of the triangle PAB is equal to half of the PC. Okay. Next. What is the circumcenter? It is the diameter. Center is nothing but midpoint of the diameter. So Q is the circumcenter of triangle PAB. So circumcenter of triangle PAB is nothing but midpoint of PC. P x1 y1 is given point. C is the center of the circle. By finding the midpoint of PC, we get the circumcircle of triangle PAB. For finding the circumcircle equation, here P comma C are endpoints on the diameter. If endpoints on the diameter are given, what is the equation of the circle? X minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 is equal to 0. That is the equation of the circle. So P comma C are endpoints of the diameter of the circumcircle of triangle PAB. PC is the diameter of the circumcircle passing through PAB. These are very important points. Please note these points and construct this diagram. These are this. First statement. Let PA comma PB are two tangents. PA comma PB are two tangents from P to the circle S is equal to 0 and capital C be the center of the circle. First point. P comma A comma C comma B are concyclic. That means they lies on the same circle. Second one. Circumcenter of triangle PAB is midpoint of PC. Triangle PAB means this value. Circumcenter is nothing but midpoint of PC. It is the circumcenter. Circumradius of triangle PAB. Circumradius of triangle PAB. Here PC is the radius. Circumradius means half of the diameter, half of the PC. Next, P comma C are the endpoints of the diameter of the circumcircle of triangle PAB. P comma C are endpoints of the diameter of the circumcircle of triangle PAB. Please note this diagram. Okay. Next point. Number of circles which touches the given three lines. When three lines are given, find the number of circles which touches all of these three lines. Suppose if the three lines are congruent, then how many circles touches the three lines? If the three lines are non-congruent and no two of them are parallel, then how many circles can be drawn which touches all the three lines? Suppose the lines are in this way. These are congruent lines. Suppose the lines are in this way. No two of them are parallel, no three of them are congruent. Suppose no two of them are congruent and any two of them are parallel. Suppose the lines are in this way. In this case, one of the circle here, it touches all the three lines. Suppose one of the circle is here. This circle touches the first line, second line and third line. Here, another circle also possible. In this case, how many circles are possible to touch all the three lines? No circle is possible. Please observe this point. Suppose the circle is here, 1 and 2. This circle touches 1 and 2, but it does not touch the circle. It is away from the circle. Neither touch nor intersect this line. Suppose we take the point circle. Point circle means radius is equal to 0. This circle touches all these three lines. That means there will be only one possibility of the circle, that is the point circle. There is no real possibilities, but point circle is possible. That circle is unique. Okay. Suppose the lines are in this way. They are not congruent and no two of them are parallel. In this case, the triangle is formed. In this case, the three lines forms a triangle. Okay. The circle, in circle touches all the three lines. This is one of the possible circle. Next, X circle opposite, suppose these are ABC. X circle opposite to the vertex A touches these three sides. This circle touches these three sides. Okay. Similarly, the X circle opposite to B, opposite to C. How many circles are possible? If three lines are not congruent and no two of them are parallel, then four circles are possible. If three lines are congruent, then only one circle is possible, that is the point circle, unique circle possible. Real circle 0. Radius 0, only radius 0 is possible. Radius is greater than 0, number of circles is equal to 0. In this case, if two lines are parallel and one is the transversal, the number of possible circles which touches all the three lines is 2. Please note these points. Number of circles which touches the given three lines. If three lines are congruent, then unique circle can be drawn which touches all the three circles. If three lines are congruent, then unique circle can be drawn which touches all the three circles. This circle must be point circle. Please note that point. This circle is unit circle. Sorry, point circle. Sorry. This circle is point circle. Here number of real circles is equal to 0. Real circle means radius is greater than 0. Number of real circles is 0. But point circle is 1. Only one point circle possible. Unique circle can be drawn which touches all the three lines. Next, if three lines are non-congruent and no two of them are parallel, that means the three lines forms a triangle. The number of possible circles touches all the three lines is 4. 1 in circle and 3 X circles. Next order. If three lines are non-congruent and no two of them are parallel, if three lines are non-congruent and two of them are parallel, then number of circles which touches all the three lines is only 2. The two circles are in this way. Okay, please note these 3 points.